Hey everybody, it's Bean and Bagel. We are a married couple from the Midwest. I'm from Minnesota, Bean's from Michigan, and we post food reviews together typically once or twice a week on our channel, so thanks for joining us. Today we wanted to do another battle video between Hyvee, the grocery store's Chinese food, and Panda Express. Specifically, we're gonna talk about the orange chicken. So Hyvee is our local grocery store. They have many locations in the Midwest, and they have a little like Asian food bar. They call it Hai Chai. And we've had their orange chicken and we liked it. And so we thought it'd be fun to compare it to Panda Express and just see, you know, what the differences are, which one is better when we actually, you know, get them side by side. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna look at the texture, the freshness, the cost, and just the overall taste and try to pick a winner. So I'm going to get started here.
Chinese food reminds me of being in college, because when I first moved to Minnesota, at the time, you know, the only things to really order and get delivered to you were Chinese food or pizza. And so if you were tired of pizza and you didn't have a means of transportation to get something else, then you would order Chinese food. But the Chinese food place in Minneapolis that most of the college students went to, they didn't really seem like they were interested in delivering to you. Like, they didn't want to be at their jobs either. But it was funny because they would have to come up to the dorms, and the dorms had secure access. So it was either use the intercom system or call ahead. And so a lot of times, because they didn't want to wait in the cold for students to come downstairs, or if they just didn't want to wait outside in general, they would call you ahead of time. But this is a person that you've never met before, and they kind of had, I don't know, kind of a side to them that rubbed you the wrong way sometimes, to say the least, where you'd answer the phone, you'd be like, hello, and then they'd be like, did you order Chinese food? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, come downstairs right now. And it's like, okay, like, how's your day? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know you and you're like demanding things. But I think they must have been burned so many times by the college students that they just developed this, like, I'm tired of this, I don't even want to come here. So, but I always thought that was funny, and it's a memory that I'll have for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and we went to the same school for a couple of years, and I definitely experienced the exact same thing. So sometimes when we order Chinese food, Greg brings up that memory, and it's like, oh, that was so funny, because they were just like, get down here. But getting into the criteria that we're looking at here, as far as texture, I would give the points to Panda Express. It's a little bit crispier and crunchier, so I just enjoy that a little bit more. The Hyvee one, the chicken is really just tender, but you know, I enjoy the crispiness a little bit more on the Panda Express. As far as freshness wise, I think both were pretty comparable. Both tasted freshly made and all of that. Rice was comparable, by the way, too. Both were good white rice. And then as far as the overall flavor, I would say that I would give the points to Panda. It just has a little bit more of like a complex flavor. You can taste more of like a soy sauce. There's some heat to it. There's like a tanginess, whereas the one from Hyvee is just kind of sweet. It's a little bit more plain. But I do feel like on the Hyvee one, I do taste the orange a little bit more. I think on the Panda one, it's getting lost a little bit in some of the other flavors. But overall, I think Panda is a more flavorful dish. So, yeah.
I think Panda was crispier. I think it's spicier. I think the seasoning is better. I think they both were fresh, served hot, so that's fine. As far as cost, kind of depends on how you look at it. Panda's technically cheaper because it's only $8. Hyvee is $9.99, but you get a larger portion and you get an egg roll with that. So it depends on how you want to look at what's cheaper or what's more valuable. But if I were to pick one, I would definitely say Panda because of everything I already mentioned. But that's not to say that I wouldn't go back to Hyvee, because like Hope said at the beginning, we like it, and it's actually pretty good Chinese food there in our experience. And it's not like the grocery stores of the past. Like I remember growing up where, like, you know, if there was a side food option at a grocery store, then it was like they treated the customers as if, like, you know, we can serve them anything, they'll eat anything, we know they're hungry, whatever. Like, it was just gross, you know? So it's not like that. So I'll definitely go back to Hyvee, but with this comparison, I'm definitely gonna pick Panda for this one. But anyway, that's our video for today. Hope you enjoyed seeing our faces and hearing our opinions, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good one.